What's going on, guys? And let's be honest for a second. Most guys were never taught how to manage their money. Nobody sat us down and said, here's how you budget, here's how you invest, here's how you build wealth. It's like we were thrown into a game without knowing the rules, but that's all going to change today. In this video, we're going to break down personal finance step by step so you can master your money and start winning this game. We're talking about the 5 key areas: income, expenses, cash flow, debt, and savings. And to make it real, we're going to follow a guy named Jake as he builds his financial future from the ground up. Fellas, welcome to OLP 365, where we turn life into a game you can win. Today, we're tackling personal finance, how to get your money right and make it work for you. I'm breaking it down into 5 key areas: income, expenses, cash flow, debt, and scratch. Stay locked in because by the end of this video, you'll have a real plan for your money. Alright, let's kick things off with the foundation of your financial house, your income. This is where it all starts. It's like the foundation of a building. You can't build a skyscraper on shaky ground, right? Now, our man Jake works a solid job and brings home $4,000 a month after taxes. That's his take-home pay, the money he actually has to work with. And the first rule of personal finance? You absolutely have to know this number. Not a ballpark figure, not an estimate, but the exact amount you have coming in every month. Jake makes, if you don't know your income, you can't control your money. No guessing. Check your pay stubs, know your side hustle profits, and get real with your numbers. Alright, so we've covered income, which is step 1. Now let's dive deeper into expenses. Remember Jake, he makes $4,000 a month after taxes. Now let's break down where that money's going. Expenses look like rent, $1,500, car payment, $400, insurance, $150, groceries, $500, utilities, $200, phone bill, $100, streaming/entertainment, $100, eating out, $300, miscellaneous, $250, total expenses, $3,500, leftover cash, $500. Now here's where things get interesting: needs versus wants. Jake budgets $500 a month for groceries, which is a good amount to eat healthy without breaking the bank. But then there's that $300 a month for eating out. See, that's a want, not a need. And this is where a lot of people go wrong. They confuse the two. Utilities, another $200. Phone bill, $100. These are pretty standard. But then there's that $100 for streaming services and entertainment. Could Jake cut back there? Probably. And look, I get it. Sometimes you need that Netflix and chill night. But if you're serious about getting your finances in check, you gotta be honest with yourself about where you can cut back. Now, I'm not saying Jake has to live like a monk and deprive himself of everything fun, but even small changes can make a big difference over time. Let's say Jake cuts back his eating out budget by just $100 a month. That's an extra $1,200 a year. He could put that towards his savings, invest it, or even use it to pay down debt faster. Think about it. If you spend $5 on coffee every day, that's $150 a month. Brewing your own coffee at home could save you a ton of money over the year. And it's not just about saving money, it's about being mindful of your spending habits. Are you really enjoying that $5 coffee, or is it just a habit? It's about being intentional with your money and making it work for you. Remember, small changes lead to big results. So start by identifying 1 or 2 areas where you can cut back and go from there. The key to all of this is tracking. You can't manage what you don't track. So whether you use an app, a spreadsheet, or a good old-fashioned notebook, find a system that works for you and stick with it. And don't be afraid to experiment. If one method isn't working for you, try something else. The important thing is to find a way to stay consistent. Remember, knowledge is power. Once you have a clear understanding of your income and expenses, you can start making informed decisions about your money. And that's what this is all about, right? Taking control of your finances so you can live the life you want. So take some time this week to track your spending. You might be surprised by what you find. And hey, if you find any cool budgeting tips or tricks, share them in the comments below. Let's help each other out. Alright guys, we're on to step 3 of mastering your money, and this one is crucial: savings. Specifically, paying yourself first. Remember Jake? He makes $4,000 a month after taxes. Now before he even thinks about spending a dime, Jake puts 10% of his income, which is $400, straight into a high-yield savings account. You might be thinking, 10%? That's a lot. But trust me, this is non-negotiable. This is about building a solid financial foundation, one brick at a time. Think of it like this. You wouldn't start building a house from the roof down, would you? You need that strong base. That's what we're doing here. This is about creating a safety net, a financial fortress that protects you from life's inevitable curveballs. Emergencies, job loss, unexpected expenses, they happen to the best of us. But when you've got money saved, you're not sweating the small stuff. Now, I know what you're thinking. $400 a month? That's not going to make me rich. And you're right, it might not happen overnight. But here's where the magic happens. Over time, that $400 a month adds up. In a year, Jake's looking at $4,800 saved. That's right, almost $5,000, just by consistently putting a little bit away each month. 5 years down the line, he's sitting pretty with $24,000 in the bank. Now that's what I call progress. And remember, this is just from his initial 10%. Imagine if he starts increasing that amount as his income grows. The possibilities are endless. This is the snowball effect in action. The more you save, the more you earn in interest, the faster your money grows. It's like planting a seed and watching it grow into a mighty oak. It takes time, it takes consistency, but the rewards are well worth it. So, start small, stay consistent, and watch your savings flourish. Alright, so you're on board with paying yourself first. You're committed to building that financial fortress. But life gets busy, right? We're all human and sometimes we forget. Or we get tempted to spend that money elsewhere. That's where automation comes in. This is the ultimate hack to effortlessly building wealth. Remember, we're all about working smarter, not harder. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your savings account the day you get paid. Treat it like any other essential expense, like your rent or your car payment. Because in reality, it is essential. It's an investment in your future. Out of sight, out of mind. You won't even miss the money and it'll be tucked away safely, working hard for you. And the best part? You don't have to lift a finger. It's like having a personal finance assistant working for you 24/7. So set it and forget it. Automate your savings and watch your financial dreams turn into reality. Saving is not about deprivation, it's about empowerment. It's about taking control of your finances and building a future where you have options. It's about financial freedom. Every dollar you save is a brick in your financial fortress. It's a shield against financial stress and uncertainty. It's the foundation for achieving your goals, whether it's buying a house, starting a business, or retiring early. Remember, slow and steady wins the race. Don't get caught up in trying to save a huge chunk of money all at once. Start small, be consistent, and let the power of compounding work its magic. And trust me, the feeling of financial security is priceless. So there you have it, guys. Paying yourself first is non-negotiable. Automate it, stay disciplined, and watch your financial fortress grow stronger every single month. In the next chapter, we're going to talk about cash flow and how to tackle debt like a pro. You won't want to miss it. Alright guys, now we're getting into the nitty-gritty of mastering your money. You've got your income sorted, you're tracking expenses like a hawk, and you're paying yourself first. Now what? We tackle debt, and we do it strategically. Remember Jake? He's got that $3,000 credit card balance hanging over his head, and it's charging a ridiculous 22% interest. Most guys would just make the minimum payment and drag that debt on for years, throwing money away on interest. Not Jake, he's smarter than that. He's using that extra $100 from his cash flow to make a serious dent in that debt. Think about it, $100 extra every single month adds up fast. It's like adding fuel to a fire, but instead of burning money, you're burning away your debt. That's $1,200 extra per year going straight towards that credit card balance. You see that snowball effect? That's the power of understanding cash flow and using it to your advantage. Now I'm going to let you in on a little secret that most financial gurus won't tell you. Debt isn't always bad. There's good debt and bad debt. Good debt, like a mortgage on a rental property that generates positive cash flow, that's smart debt. But high interest debt like credit cards and payday loans, that's the enemy. Think of high interest debt like a leaky faucet in your financial house. It's constantly draining your money drip by drip in the form of interest payments. You work hard for your money, so why throw it away on unnecessary interest charges? That's money that could be going towards your savings goals, investments, or even just enjoying life more. The faster you can eliminate high-interest debt, the faster you can start building real wealth. It's like taking off a pair of 50-pound weights. You'll be amazed at how much lighter and freer you feel financially. Remember guys, debt keeps you trapped. It limits your options and holds you back from achieving your full potential. The key to conquering debt is consistency. It's like working out. You don't get ripped by hitting the gym once. You need to show up consistently, put in the effort, and stay disciplined. That's how you build momentum and crush your financial goals. Imagine this. Every time you make an extra payment towards your debt, visualize yourself literally chipping away at it. You're taking back control of your finances and building a solid foundation for your future. It's not about deprivation, it's about empowerment. And here's a pro tip. Once you pay off a debt, don't celebrate by racking up more. Instead, take the money you were putting towards that debt and redirect it towards your next financial goal. It's like leveling up in a video game. You're constantly progressing and becoming financially unstoppable. Let's talk about the mental game for a second. Because let's be real, dealing with debt can be stressful. It can weigh on your mind and make you feel like you're constantly playing catch-up. But when you start making progress, something amazing happens. You start to feel a sense of control over your finances. You start to believe in yourself and your ability to achieve your goals. That feeling, my friends, is priceless. It's a psychological win that translates to every other area of your life. Imagine the feeling of waking up every morning without the weight of debt hanging over your head. Imagine the freedom to pursue your passions, travel the world, or simply enjoy life without the constant worry of money. That's the power of financial freedom, and it all starts with taking control of your cash flow and conquering your debt. All right, gentlemen, we're about to dive into one of the biggest financial pitfalls that trips up a lot of guys: impulse purchases. You know what I'm talking about, that shiny new gadget, that designer outfit, that weekend getaway that you just to have right now. Look, I get it, we live in a world of instant gratification. Companies spend billions of dollars every year trying to convince you that you need their product to be happy. But here's the truth. True happiness doesn't come from material possessions. It comes from financial security, peace of mind, and the freedom to live life on your own terms. Think about it. How many times have you bought something on impulse, only to regret it later? That feeling of buyer's remorse is your brain's way of telling you that you made a mistake. You let your emotions get the best of you instead of making a rational decision. Now let's talk about the flip side of the coin delayed gratification. This is where the real magic happens. When you're able to resist the urge to splurge and instead save up for something you truly want, you're not just buying a product, you're building character, discipline, and a rock-solid financial foundation. Remember Jake? He's been diligently saving 10% of his income every month, and after a year, he's got $4,800 saved up. He could easily blow that on a fancy vacation or a down payment on a new car. But Jake's got his eye on the prize. He wants a motorcycle, but he refuses to fall into the debt trap. Instead of financing a brand new bike at a ridiculous 15% interest rate, he's using $2,000 of his savings to buy a used one in cash. That's right, no monthly payments, no interest charges, just pure financial freedom on two wheels. Now you might be thinking, but Graham, what about the other $2,800? Shouldn't he use that to buy a nicer bike? And the answer is a resounding no. Remember, we're playing the long game here. That $2,800 isn't just sitting idle, it's forming the foundation of Jake's financial fortress. This, my friends, is his emergency fund. It's the financial cushion that will protect him from life's unexpected curveballs, job loss, medical bills, car repairs, you name it. Having that money readily available means he won't have to go into debt when life throws him a curveball. And here's the thing about emergency funds. They don't just protect you from financial disaster, they also give you peace of mind. Knowing that you have a safety net allows you to take calculated risks, pursue your passions, and sleep soundly at night. So, what have we learned from Jake's smart purchase? It's not just about buying things you want, it's about making strategic decisions that align with your long-term financial goals. It's about understanding the difference between a want and a need, and having the discipline to delay gratification for a greater reward. The next time you're tempted to make an impulse purchase, ask yourself this. Will this purchase bring me lasting happiness, or is it just a fleeting moment of satisfaction? If it's the latter, walk away. Your future self will thank you. Remember guys, building wealth isn't about depriving yourself. It's about making smart choices that set you up for long-term success and happiness. There you have it, gentlemen. Jake's journey is a testament to the power of a simple yet effective financial system. Mastering your income, controlling your expenses, prioritizing savings, conquering debt, and making smart purchases. It's not rocket science, but it does require commitment, discipline, and a willingness to change your mindset about money. Remember, financial freedom isn't a destination, it's a journey. It's about making conscious choices every single day that move you closer to your goals. So, what are you waiting for? Take that first step today. Write down your income, track your expenses, set up an automatic savings plan, and start chipping away at that debt. You've got this. Men, financial freedom isn't a dream, it's a system. Follow it, and in a few years you'll look back and wonder why you ever stressed about money. If this helped you, hit that like button, share this with a friend, and subscribe for more OLP 365 wisdom. Let's build wealth together. Drop a comment. What's your biggest financial struggle right now?